Is the much-anticipated IPO by Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba. It could become the biggest in U.S. history. But its debut comes at a difficult time when internet and tech stocks are stumbling. And that's not the only concern investors have when it comes to Alibaba. Shraysi Tandon has more.
Often described as a mix of eBay, Amazon, and Google, Alibaba gave investors a closer look at its size when it filed an IPO prospectus with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The company commands roughly 80% of all e-commerce sales in China. Last year, it handled 11 billion orders from 231 million active buyers.
Alibaba is essentially the granddaddy of all IPOs, and there's never been an internet company of this size and scope. So just to give some sense of the size of it, for example, if you're shopping online in China, 80% chance you're shopping through Alibaba.
By some estimates, Alibaba's valuation is around $200 billion. But despite the potentially titanic IPO, Alibaba faces pressure. The company is making its debut at a time when internet and tech stocks have slumped. High-flying stocks like Twitter, LinkedIn, and Amazon have all fallen in recent months, and the sell-off has many analysts doubting soaring tech valuations.
I think the tech sell-off will have an impact, no question. Not necessarily on the fair value of the company, which doesn't necessarily change, but I think at the value at which it's going to IPO.
The tech slump isn't the only concern. Alibaba's structure means that investors buying into Alibaba won't have access to any of Alibaba's Chinese assets, such as Taobao or Tmall. That's because Chinese law forbids foreigners from owning assets in China. Instead, the Alibaba stock will buy you a stake in an entity registered in the Cayman Islands, which is under contract to receive profits from Alibaba's Chinese assets.
You're actually buying shares in a Cayman Island partnership that has an agreement to receive the profits from Alibaba. So you essentially are buying into a relationship, a contractual relationship between a Cayman Islands partnership and a Chinese mainland company. And if something were to go wrong, it's hard to see what recourse would you have. Are you going to sue in the Cayman Islands? Are you going to sue in China?
Despite the concerns, the Alibaba IPO represents the coming of age of China's booming internet industry. And for many observers watching, they say this is just the beginning. Shraysi Tandon, CCTV, New York.